When we go to work, we take our emotions with us. To have impactful and powerful communication, we need to learn how to self-regulate our emotions. Our communication always has an impact on others around us. Best practice indicates that all leaders should actively work on building their emotional intelligence skills and investing in social intelligence development across the team. So today, we'll uncover key emotional intelligence goals that are essential if you're wanting to increase your soft skills at work. So if you're feeling less than comfortable in critical conversations in the workplace, building rapport and exerting influence, it may be a sign that you need to work on your emotional intelligence skills. Before we get started, I want to let you know that over on my main platform on the website, you can find an extensive blog post that gives you a detailed overview of what to include in a professional development plan for your communication. So make sure you check that out once you've watched this video. But for now, here are some cues that you want to pay attention to, which would indicate that your emotional quotient needs boosting. The first clue you'll notice if you're struggling to maintain self-regulation will be finding yourself delivering messages that lack persuasive impact and influence. That could feel like you're speaking and no one's listening, or you're suggesting ideas and no one takes them on board. By boosting your emotional intelligence skills, you can learn ways in which to engage your listener and find their hook points to build rapport and persuasion. Another clue could be difficulty with conflict management. When we face conflict in the workplace, it obviously affects our emotions, and our ability to self-regulate and find active solutions in the heat of the moment all comes down to emotional intelligence. You might need strategies to respond to conflict, assert your authority, set boundaries, and say a hard no. These approaches can be incorporated in a way that builds rapport and keeps the relationship strong even when faced with conflict. If you're in a client-facing role, a red flag that you could work on your emotional intelligence could be if you find yourself facing challenges with optimizing the customer experience. Customer experience is all about understanding the motivators, the problems, and the issues that your customer faces. Solving these problems obviously takes a deep understanding of emotional intelligence, empathy, rapport building, and problem solving. So if you're struggling to optimize your customer experience in your small business or while working for an organization, that could come down to a red flag that you could boost your emotional intelligence. Are you the kind of person who always says yes to everything because you feel awkward and uncomfortable to say no? Failure to set boundaries around workflow and workload can be a sign that you could improve your emotional intelligence with new strategies in the workplace. I'd be recommending for you strategies for how to say no, how to template assertive structures, set boundaries, and boost your impact in the workplace so that people take you seriously and you feel comfortable to say no when you need to. When we have ineffective skills to position assertiveness while building rapport, and when we also struggle to regulate our emotions so that we can undertake diplomatic relations when faced with conflict rather than avoidance or verbal eruption, these are signals that emotional intelligence needs work. So make sure that you're not avoiding challenging topics and conversations, and instead considering what strategies can you use to regulate your emotion so that you're prepared and ready for an impactful and affirming response. Participation in the workplace is a strong conduit to confidence. So make sure that all of the activities that feel complex, intimidating, or that keep you awake at night are happening. And if they're not, get ready to get some tools in place. At work, it can be really challenging to discuss social, emotional topics that are necessary for building relationships and trust. And this can be a key flag that would indicate that you could strengthen your capacity to build interpersonal relationships. The benefit of interpersonal relationships that are tight and rapport-filled in the workplace are as follows. Improved mutual understanding. When we have improved mutual understanding, that's a sign that we invested in emotionally intelligent conversations. So if you feel like you're struggling to understand, build rapport, start small talk, and even have influence with your colleagues because they seem so different from you, emotional intelligence is the key to unlock that. You can have a conversation with anyone and everyone, no matter their background, interests, expertise, or personality. All it takes is tactics, social intelligence tactics, which can be learnt. Investing in our emotional intelligence is never a waste of time or money because it directly correlates to our well-being and health especially in the workplace. So if you're facing self-regulation problems, for example, worrying excessively about coming conversations, struggling to sleep at night due to work conflicts and issues, it is a sign that you can amplify your comfort and confidence at work. And the best approach to take is learning in the area of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not solely personality-based. Instead, it's a set of trainable skills that all employees, leaders, and managers should incorporate into a professional development plan for their communication. There is a simplified way to achieve high-level professional communication. And I would strongly recommend that you check out my high-performance communication audit, which gives razor-sharp insight into your communication so you can strategically align your soft skills to bolster career success and relationships. If you've ever wanted the entire roadmap to communication success at work, I've added a link to my website in the comments below, so make sure you check out the audit. A key ingredient of effective leadership communication is the capacity to focus on your team members' perspectives, engagement, and motivators, which all boils down to social intelligence. If you're a leader or an emerging leader and you find yourself facing challenges with leading your team, building rapport, providing critical feedback to colleagues, or executive directives in a way that gets employee buy-in, you need to work on your emotional intelligence. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode and it's given you a new communication growth goal to implement. Don't forget to subscribe for more similar executive speaking tips and click like if you found this episode helpful. Do you have any questions? Use the comments section below. I read every comment and can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this one, and ciao for now.